Hey, Matt here, and in this video I'm going to run through with you the album form, just in case you had any questions when filling it out. So first up, name, email. This is asking you to enter your email so that you get sent a copy of this form when you've completed it. Delivery address, this is the address that the album's going to be sent to, and this could be about a month or two down the line. So if you are moving house in that time period, better put down the new address or maybe a parent's address or someone else who can take delivery. Now onto some details of your album. So first thing is just checking, have you made your selection of your favorite photos in your gallery and sent that across to me. It then asks you, how would you like your names to appear on the album's cover? So on every album which is leather bound, your name will be engraved into the leather itself and the cover. And I just like to see how you would like your names presented. A lot of times people go with just their first name, so you can say like John and Jane. Sometimes they might want to put on their married surname, so John and Jane Doe. Or maybe they want to be a little more formal and have Mr. and Mrs. Doe. It's completely up to you, and that's why I give you the chance to enter in that now. It then asks you how many large albums you want, just in case you want to order more than one. It can ask you what color you like, so there is a range of different colors that you can choose from. And if you are just wondering what these colors look like or want some more information on the albums, if you go to the top of this page where you found this form, there is a link through to my products page which talks about the different albums and the prices and the colors you can choose and all these different bits of information. So it's a good reference if you've forgotten. How many parent albums? So these are the smaller duplicate albums. So you can only order these if you are ordering a large album yourself. And by duplicate, I mean that the layout inside is identical to the layout of the large album, so where the photos are placed and which pages they're on, etc. And then again, you can choose the colors for the parent albums as well. These are a little different, the selection, because it is slightly different material on the parent's album. And then the term and the conditions. So this is just trying to set expectations so there aren't any surprises down the line. So I'll just quickly run through these with you. So the first thing it's doing is just giving you a bit of a heads up on how long it takes and what happens after this. So once you've submitted this form and once you've made payment and selected your favorites list, I then start design your album, and then I'll send that design to you for review. You'll be receiving that within 30 days. Now often it can be shorter than that, but I say 30 days just because if I am in a busy period of the year with lots of weddings, I will be prioritized in the shooting of and editing of those weddings. And so this is like the longest time you can expect to then receive the design for your feedback. And then yeah, here, so I mentioned that you'll receive one free round of changes, and if you wanted any more changes, these are then charged at £100 each. So just to be clear what this means by round of changes, I mean that when I send you the album design for you to provide feedback on, that you can make as many like changes, provide as much feedback, and you can ask like for every photo to be changed if you wanted. That all counts as one round, and then when you send that back to me, I will then make those changes. Now, if after that you wanted to make additional changes, that counts as a new round. And the reason I charge for that is every time I go in and make these changes, it does take up quite a lot of time. So every time I move one photo, it then means I have to readjust others so that it flows really nicely. So I put a lot of time into that, and that's why I always encourage us to make one round. And to be honest, I haven't actually had a couple yet who've asked for another round. You know, normally in that we can get everything done, and I think it's also good for you is in the sense that it means there's a lot less backwards and forwards, and we get that album to you as soon as possible. Great, and then yep, after you've done your final approval, so actually when I have made those changes you've requested, I will send that back to you, the design once more, just to check that I've fully understood those changes. And then once you've okayed that, that then goes ahead to the printers. So I send that to my suppliers, and normally between you submitting that and me sending it off, it's again 30-day working days is kind of maximum. If you're doing it around Christmas, it can take a bit longer because that's when the suppliers have the most demand for albums. But 30 days is the most you can expect. It can be less than that. And then yeah, just a final point here on delivery is included in the price of the album for all UK addresses. If you are one of my overseas couples and you want it delivered overseas, that's is definitely possible. There will just be a little additional cost, and I will look into that and then send you the quote of how much more that's going to cost. So if that's the case, just let me know. And then just a final box here, just to, if you have any other questions or maybe some information you want to provide to me about the albums, this is where you can place it here.